نعم يا إخوان. We'll mention just quickly this statement by Imam Ibn Kathir. He mentions رحمه الله تعالى المفسرون وغيرهم من علماء النسب والأخبار، وهذا الملك هو ملك بابل واسمه نمرود، وكان أحد ملوك الدنيا، فإنه ملك الدنيا فيما ذكروا أربعة: مؤمنان وكافران. Sheikh Islam Taymiyyah mentions this exact same statement. He said that the Mufassirun, they say that indeed the ulama of nasab, the ulama of lineage and history, they mentioned that that king was the king Nimrod. He said, and he was one of the great kings of the dunya. That is, one of the kings that had the greatest and the largest kingdom. He mentioned, because the kings of the dunya are four, historically. The kings of the dunya are four. Two of them were believers and two of them were disbelievers. He mentions, فَالْمُؤْمِنَانِ, the two that were believers, ذو القرنين. ممتاز، أحسنت. ذو القرنين. And the second, Sulaiman. أحسنت. And the two that were kafiran, well, we know one of them, Nimrod and Fir'aun. La. You would automatically believe that, but no. لا. لا. أحسنت. نبا كنزة. يعني known in Arabic as Bukhtanasar or Bukhtansar. Sallallahu barakatuh. He was one of the Persian kings, a tyrannical despot. And he was the one who destroyed the temple of Sulaiman, the Masjid of Sulaiman, in the year 589 BC. But it was at that time, because he destroyed the temple of Sulaiman, he killed the Yahud, a number of them, and he took over 100,000 Jews into bondage, took them into slavery, over 100,000. Naam. Thereon after, Ikhwan, it was on the basis and due to that incident, that was one of the times in history that Bani Israel, that the Jews migrated to Medina. Because they knew, number one, they were going through this turmoil here with Nebuchadnezzar, and they knew that the scriptures were speaking about the place that the prophet was due to appear in. And so in 586 BC, 586 before Christian era, they there were mass migrations to Medina. And thus, the tribe of the Banu Qaynuqa, Banu Nadir, Banu Qurayza, they were in and had been in Medina for many hundreds of centuries. And they were not new to Medina. They were present after migrating to Medina, Ikhwan, on this occasion. And then I believe somewhere in the region of 70 CE, there was another migration after the splitting of the dam of Ma'rib in Yemen, that they migrated likewise to Al-Medina. And so they knew that this was the place that the Prophet was due to come. They were fully acquainted, fully aware of his description and his location. But when he came, فَلَمَّا جَاءَهُمْ مَا عَرَفُوا كَفَرُوا بِهِ. When it came to them what they knew, they disbelieved in him. Why? Because he was not from Bani Ishaq. No. And so thereon after, أيها الإخوة, Ibrahim alayhi salatu salam, he made hijrah for the sake of Allah Azza wa Jal, and he made a number of migrations. And this affair, Ikhwan, you should know that this affair of hijrah was not only legislated in our Sharia, but it was legislated at the time of the Prophet ﷺ, but prior to that, it was legislated at the time of Ibrahim alayhi more than one of the prophets and messengers made hijrah. Ibrahim made hijrah. Lut alayhi made hijrah with him. Likewise, as we're going to see, that Musa alayhi likewise made hijrah. And so the affair of hijrah has been one of the great actions and affairs that the believers have carried out throughout time, ikhwan, in and among the greatest of the prophets and the messengers.